Two suspected gang leaders could spend the rest of their lives behind bars for their roles in the 2018 fatal stabbing of 15-year-old Lesandro Guzman-Feliz.
Yeah, he was known by many as Junior and was killed after being mistaken for a rival gang member. Fox 5's Richard Jacob is live outside Bronx Criminal Court in Concourse Village, where the suspects learned their fate. Richard.
Steve, Teresa, there was nationwide outrage when Lesandro Jr. Guzman-Feliz was pulled out of a bodega and stabbed to death 4 years ago here in the Bronx. And after many years of fighting for justice for Jr., today two alleged gang leaders convicted of second-degree murder in this case were sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Those two men, 33-year-old Diego Suero and 24-year-old Frederick Then, were identified as the leaders of the Los Sures set of the Trinitarios gang. Prosecutors say it was Diego and Frederick who ordered members of their gang to kill Junior, who they believe was part of the Sunset Gang. But Junior was not part of any gang. At the sentencing today, the judge said these two men were no less responsible for Junior's murder than the ones who actually carried it out. Junior was killed when a group of men pulled him out of a bodega in the Tremont section and stabbed him to death back in June of 2018. He was just 15 years old. Junior's mom, who has continued to speak out about her son's death, was in court today wearing her son's face on a T-shirt. She spoke after the sentencing, as did Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark.
My son was an innocent kid, and he was only 15 years old. And I don't have nothing for my son in the future, like my grandchildren. I don't have no family for my son, and I'm not gonna have him anymore. Just for her mistake, it's no fair to have those kind of people on the street.
4 years ago when this incident happened, I stood before this county and promised that we would do all we can to find justice for this 15-year-old innocent person who was brutally murdered by a gang, a violent gang here in this county. And today, two more of those individuals stand now convicted and sentenced of that crime and will spend the rest of their lives in jail.
And there are 5 other gang members already serving time for murder convictions in cases related to Junior Guzman. The hashtag Justice for Junior was trending again on Twitter today. A young man who aspired to be an NYPD officer. And today, in the courtroom today, his mom said the killers need to understand the moment they decided to kill, they also lost their lives. We're in the Grand Concourse section of the Bronx tonight. Richard Jacobs, Fox 5 News. Steve, Teresa.
Yeah, horrible story. All right. Thanks, Richard.